hope you're all really well. So I haven't vlogged in forever, so I'm really sorry about that. However, I have quite a lot to talk about. So I decided to film a couple of vlogs because there's just like too much to put into one. So I thought I'd just kind of pick up from where I left off on my last vlog, and I think that was around about the time I was about to go on holiday. So much has happened in this time, so I'll just try and fill you in and not go on, so I'm really sorry if I bore you. So at the start of September I went on holiday for 2 weeks, and me and Harvey and Otis went to sunny Cornwall in the UK, and we packed the car really early in the morning, and I managed to sneak my sewing machine and overlocker into the car. Harvey was not happy because the car was already filled to the brim, and when I was putting all the suitcases and you know, all the travel cot and everything to go in the car, and then next to the pile was like this massive sewing machine and overlocker and all my kit as well to take, and he was like, "What is that? What is that? What are you doing?" And I was like, well, I was just thinking, you know, it'd be really nice for me if I could do a little bit of sewing when we're on holiday. And he was like, "Oh, okay." He doesn't resent me sewing. He was just like, the ridiculous amounts of cases to get into the car, trying to take a baby on holiday and trying not to go too over the top with what we're packing. It's just like, the packing just seems never ending. Anyway, got there eventually, hours and hours down the road, because Cornwall is in the UK, but it is far when you're driving. It's something like, well, it can vary. I think it took us about 8 hours in the car, so, and that wasn't too bad. Yeah, we got there, and I set up all my stuff so I could do a little bit of sewing in the evenings or during nap time, and it was so nice to have. I wholeheartedly recommend trying this. Like a UK or wherever you live, like having a staycation and taking your sewing machine with you. Basically, if you don't have to go on a plane, or maybe a train or bus, I don't know. But if you can go somewhere in your car on holiday and pack your sewing stuff, it's the best. I managed to sew, I finished off 3 things, and I almost finished a 4th item. It was incredible. So I was going to show you what I managed to finish making. So the first thing is this jumper that I'm wearing. So this is an I Am Patterns, I think it's called, oh sorry, I'm covered in hair. I don't know if anyone else is like this. I feel like I'm continuously molting hair. Anyway, this is an I Am ZEBRE or ZEBRE. If you follow me on YouTube, I was going on about making this last autumn winter. It's taken me this long, would you believe? Anyway, it's been sat in my UFOs pile for too long. Anyway, I managed to finish it and I absolutely adore it. It is so nice, and I've already completely worn it to death. So the pattern itself, it's a sweatshirt, and the kind of statement feature is it has these big billowy sleeves. Yeah, so it has these massive sleeves. Sorry, I probably should have ironed this, but and it's just so comfy. The fabric is this like navy blue, just, it's a sweatshirt material, so, and it looks like it's got a knitted effect on the outside, but the inside is fleecy. But it's not too heavyweight either. It's sort of really medium weight and really just comfy and easy to wear. I love the sleeves. So these are the puffy sleeves, and it's got some buttons, some like poppers up one side. Yeah, completely love this. I've worn it at home and I've worn it at work. I've been able to dress it up or down and just chuck it on, and it's so comfy. The sizing was really lovely and perfect, just 0 complaints about this one. I absolutely love it. I'd definitely recommend this. I think if you're going to sew a sweatshirt and you want something a bit different, this has got, because it's got the puffy sleeves, it's got a real sort of style feature to it. So it's not completely boring, it's got a real distinct look about it. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. And the second thing that I managed to finish, again, I'm sorry about the creases, but these have been worn to death as well. So, and I actually am really proud of how I've been making a real effort with decisions on what I'm making and the fabrics that I'm using, and trying to make things that being realistic about my wardrobe and what I'm actually going to wear. So instead of just making the pretty dresses, which I love, it's nice to make these really practical items that I adore and will just get so much wear out of. So I think I showed these on the last vlog. I think it was just after the sewing weekender where I started these. So these are the Deer and Doe Narcisse pants that I've made in a mustard linen, and oh, I should have said that this fabric that I used for this sweatshirt was from BACKSTITCH, but a really long time ago, and they don't have any more in stock. I know this because I've gone back to look, because as I was sewing this on holiday, my dad saw me sewing it and he said, "Oh, when you're done with that, use that fabric and make me a jumper." And I would have done, but yeah, it's completely sold out, and I don't know where else I can find something like this. So if anyone has seen any of this that has this like knitted effect on the outside and inside fleecy, any colours, don't care, let me know in the comments below, that would be amazing. But yeah, the fabric for these was from Guthrie and GHANI, and this linen is incredible. It is so, for a linen, I get a little bit scared that they're going to be a bit stiff and rough and rigid, but this is so soft and drapey, and you can just tell it is just such lovely quality. So these I actually cropped, so you can't really see the length in here, but I'll try and put some photos up as well, because I have taken some photos and I love them. So I've been wearing them the crop length with an ankle boot, and it doesn't actually matter that these are linen, because we're fully into autumn here in the UK, and having a crop trouser might seem like not the best choice for this time of year, but it really does work with an ankle boot, and I've seen this look on the high street everywhere, and it does look really cool. So I've been wearing it with my Bowden suede ankle boots in red and navy blue. Red's quite leery, but the navy blue not so much, but it just it's really cool, with a slogan t-shirt tucked in. It's just my favourite, and I'm so pleased with the finish of these. The fit is amazing. However, I've, since getting back from holiday, managed to lose a little bit of weight, and these were slightly on the larger side when I finished them, but they're definitely on the larger side now, which isn't the worst problem to have, I realise, but I've put a lot of hard work into these. So the next pair that I make, because I love this pattern so much, there is definitely going to be another pair. I'm going to make the next size down. So these have the welt pockets on the back, which were what I painstakingly made at the sewing weekender. So they came out beautifully, and the pockets are lovely, got lovely big pockets as well. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people make Lander pants, and I wanted to make something a bit different. So I'd seen these Deer and Doe ones, and I absolutely love them. I think they're quite similar to the Lander pants in the fit and style, but these have been brilliant. I've not made Landers, so I will try those, but yeah, I love them. These are brilliant, and yeah, like I say, I've worn them loads at work, going out for drinks with friends. I've worn them around the house, so really just pat on the back to myself for making a great decision. And the other feature with these trousers is they have like this strip down the side, so this is like this, I don't know if you can see, that's the side seam and the pocket's in that seam, but this strip runs all the way down, so there's like this strip that goes all the way down. So if you were going to make these, you could do that in a contrast fabric or contrasting colour, that might look quite cool, like quite a sort of statement feature, and to make it look a bit different. So that was another make that I finished. Another thing that I finished, I'll just go and get, This didn't actually take much finishing, but I think I showed you this on my last vlog. So this is the Vogue. Oh, I'll put the pattern name in the comments and I'll try and subtitle with the actual number pattern this is. But it's Vogue, and the fabric was from So Essential, and all I needed to do was hem this when I was away, so it wasn't a big job to do. But I don't know about anyone else. I completely put off hemming things, and I don't know why. It's not a difficult job. So this had been left unfinished for quite a long time. So this feels a bit annoying because I love this dress, but this is very much a summer make. So I'm going to have to see where I can fit this in. It might have to go into the wardrobe until next year. I think I was going to wear it to a wedding, which again it would have been perfect for, but we ended up not going, which is another long story. So I have many long stories. I feel like I can't just tell a short story these days. So yeah, but I'm really pleased with the finish of that one. It was a really great pattern, and to all intents and purposes could be a quite quick make. I fully lined it and faffed around with the lining for a long time, so if you were just using a facing and an outer shell fabric, it would actually be quite a quick make, and you don't have to worry too much about fit because it has these side ties that you can just nip it in, and it just nips the whole dress in at the waist, and so it's super flattering, and you just don't have to faff around with the fit too much. So yeah, really pleased with that. So that was the third thing that I finished. Now the final thing that I made but didn't quite finish was another pair of GHANI overalls, because I love this pattern. I'll just try and put a photo on here of the last pair that I made. I think I might have vlogged those before, but anyway, just so you remember. So these are using some linen viscose from Like So Amazing in this most incredible teal colour, which I'm told is my colour apparently. It's just beautiful, and so I've managed to make the trouser part. So that's all done with the zip up the side. So that's actually a lot of the hard work done, and the pockets are on the back. And separately the bib is made. Again, I'm sorry about creases. I'm apparently not very good at ironing things. So these are just going to be a plain pair, and I'm going to crop them. Again, I'm just so into the crop trousers and ankle boots for autumn. I think is a really good look. I love it anyway. So all I've got to do with these is the waistband. So I didn't have that much to do at all. So I've really got to get onto that and finish, because I know I'm just going to wear those to death as well. So they'll look really cool when they're done. I'm going to put silver buckles on, I think. So that should look really nice. And actually, when I took all this stuff on holiday, I just want to show you. I just love looking at these colours all together, like navy blues, all these like really dark, rich, I want to say like gem colours. And I also had a deep damson purple fabric as well. So I was quite proud of all my fabric choices there. Anyway, so yeah, I so very nearly finished those, but that shouldn't be too much work to finish those, and then I'll be wearing them all the time, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's what I made. We had, around all the sewing, the most amazing holiday. We went to a village called Crantock in Cornwall, and I'll try and put some photos up because I've got some really good ones of Otis running around on the beach. I can't recommend that place highly enough. It had an amazing beach which had this huge estuary sort of around from the beach, which was the part that we went to, because when the tide was out, it was the best place for Otis to paddle, because it was nice still water and not too deep. And also the dogs, because we went with my mum and dad and their dogs and two of my brothers, and the dogs they're collies and they're not that great with water, so the big waves they're a little bit frightened of, but they were amazing. They did loads of paddling and they were just having the best time. It was one of the moments I just looked around and I was like, oh, everyone's just so happy here, and it was just like the nicest heartwarming feeling looking at Otis, the dogs, my mum, my dad, Harvey, all of us, and we're all just like, this is like heaven, we're having the best time. So yeah, we just had an incredible time. We hired a cottage and it was the best. Yeah, so since then we've been home, and back to work was a bit depressing, and Otis got poorly, going back to nursery, and that's been really difficult because he ended up in hospital, and really awful time. He had an ear infection and everything ended up turning into a condition that I've never heard of before, but I know loads about now, called periorbital cellulitis, and it's essentially an infection around the soft tissue and the skin around the eye, and it's quite serious. It's extremely serious actually, because if it spreads it can get to the optic nerve at the back of the eye and it can cause blindness or meningitis. So the doctors at our local hospital were amazing and immediately had to get him onto intravenous antibiotics. So that was an ordeal, to say the least. So I am really happy to report that he's better and he's doing incredible. And once he had, I think we had about 3 or 4 days of intravenous antibiotics, then he was on oral antibiotics, and really quickly it was like he was poorly, and there was like a day when it was just click and he was better and he was pinging off the walls and really just bounced back, and it was just so relieving to see him getting better. So me and his dad, on the other hand, feel like we might need about 3 years to get over that ordeal. Because it was intensely stressful, so I'm really hoping he just doesn't remember it. So in a nutshell, that's what's been going on. So I haven't been on Instagram that much. I've been taking a little bit of time away to just be at home and peaceful, and trying to mentally recover from all of this stuff that's going on, because aside from all these big things that have been going on, it's been it's always hard work and dramatic and crazy life. Just normal life is just ridiculously busy anyway, so I just felt like I needed that bit of time to spend with Otis. I had a bit of time away from work to just be home and just bring everything down to a calmness, and just spend that really good top quality time at home and being mum, and it's just felt like the right thing to do, and it's been the best thing that I could have done for everyone at home. So yeah, so everyone's feeling a little bit more relaxed and happy, and I have some sewing plans coming up. So I'm going to do a separate vlog with all the stuff that I'm planning to sew coming up. So I am gonna end it here because I have gone on for way too long already. I hope you've liked my makes, because I couldn't be happier with them, and it feels good to be back talking to you guys. And I also want to say thank you to everyone that leaves such lovely comments. I don't always get round to replying to everyone, but I do read them, and I want to reply to everyone. But everyone just leaves the loveliest comments, so thank you guys, and I really appreciate you for watching. So yeah, thank you so much, and I hope I don't just go on and on too much. I'm pretty sure I do, and I apologise for that. So if you've watched this long, I thank you. And I'll be back really, really soon with another vlog. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and take good care. Bye! See ya!